One of my most requested videos, which I haven't actually done, is how to lay to a line. Now, believe it or not, there's a lot of people that could do with listening to this, because I have come across many experienced bricklayers that do not understand the concept of how to lay to a line and how to get a wall plumb. The worst type of bricklayer to run into a line to is someone that lays on the line. It gives you what you have to realise when you're laying to a line and to get the wall plumb is that you have 2 plumb points and the line is the guide to stay behind. Now, I would say the perfect distance to lay behind the line is the thickness of a trowel, a couple of mil, or the thickness of the line away from the line. Bearing that in mind, this is just a quick tutorial on how to lay to a line. It's not about how to lay bricks or anything like that. It's just about the distance away from the line. So I'll just lay one. So the first thing you need to be doing when you're laying to a line, the first thing that comes into my sighting is the perps below. Now, you don't follow the one that you've just done below that. You follow somewhere further down. So at this sort of height, you really need to be standing straight on. If you're on sidewards, you're just sort of guessworking. I line up centre of the perp that I'm following. So my head is in centre with these perps here. I'm coming in. Now, thumb off the line. Do not push that brick down until your thumb is up out the way. I'm lining this arris here with the perps down below, and ideally what you want to be doing is pushing it down once, cutting through once, and that is basically it. Now, if you come up over the top, I don't know how well you can see it on camera, but you can just about get your trowel in. Just watch the camera. Oh. So you just want to be just behind the line there, just behind the line there, and that is basically it. Now, a lot of people, what they do is they'll lay a lot closer at the bottom to the line because you're looking over, and when you get to the top courses, they lay further back from the line, so you'll have a slight lean in, which is less of a problem. But you need 2 plumb points, and you need to be, if it's 2 mil back or a blade of a thickness back, whatever that is you're doing, it needs to be the same from top to bottom. So we're almost finished, and I'm laying down the line with Demi, and a way I know if someone that I'm laying with is laying on the line is if I give that a little flick. It's not actually catching that. So Demi has laid on the line down there, and what happens with the line, that will come and shine down your end, look. So when you go to bounce it, it doesn't bounce freely, it catches. It's because it's, there you go. When you go to bounce it, it'll sort of catch. But when you're not on the line, it'll just freely bounce the whole time. So that's how you know when someone's laying on a line. If it's up there like that, you go to bounce it and it catches. That's how I always know when my improvers or apprentices are laying on the line. Because if someone catches the line and it goes to bounce and it stops, I know something's on the line. Whereas if, see that, it's just bouncing on its own. Nothing's even touching it, look. That's how you know if anything's touching the line.
Me, man.
Right, so we're at the end of the wall. Just a couple of little tips for you youngsters out there. Leave your lines up. When you joint up, put them up out of the way, join it up. With certain bricks, you've got to be careful, especially in the winter, because what can happen, because of the concavedness of a jointer, it can actually make the wall just slightly, ever so slightly. You won't notice it if you haven't got a line up there. What you're looking for is, once this wall's completed, that this bounces freely, so there's nothing catching on that, so that when you go up above, because a lot of walls never cut right, and that is probably, who's smiling at?
It's like, when do they come around? It's not like
you fucking pulling faces in the back, are you? Right, so you want to just make sure you're nice and plumb. All right, you've got a few plumb points. You want to check sort of middle of your wall, just for your perps. Just make sure you're good. Now, a little tip for yous, I ain't got a pen on me. If you're struggling to keep your perps in line, obviously you've got your plumb point there. If you put like a pen mark for your perp there and there, and there and there, then obviously you've got a reveal here, so you need to be spot on there. If you have a couple of reference points, just because it is hard to keep them in line when you first start off, face should be plumb, and your line should be able to bounce like that. And if you do that, then when you go on to the next lift, you ain't gonna have no problems at all.
If you found that video helpful, give it a like. If you've got a mate who can't lay to a line, tag him down below. Let's see if we can help him a little bit. If you've got any requests, if you're an apprentice and you've got a request, you need a little helping hand, and you think I might be able to help, then give it a little comment down below and let me know. If I can help, I will, and I'll see you in the next one.